Hey there, game developers. Cyberpunk 2077 made headlines for all the wrong reasons again this week. Liana Rupert wrote an article for Game Informer to let players know that Cyberpunk 2077 contains content that can trigger seizures. This article also exists to inform developers and publishers of things that they can do to make their games more accessible to players. If you have epilepsy, this is a game you'll want to avoid for now. But let's talk about what we can do better as game developers. There are already accessibility guidelines that you can use to make your game more accessible to players. These guidelines include rules that you should follow to reduce the risk of triggering a seizure in your players. As a rule of thumb, you should avoid flickering images and repetitive patterns, but there are other variables that increase or decrease the risks, such as how long the player is exposed to the flickering image, how rapidly that image is flickering, and how much of the screen space is taken up by that image. These are all things that we can build quality assurance tests around, but we can take this even further. Before a game can be released on a console, it has to pass certification. If a game fails cert, the team is told why their game failed, and then they have to go fix the issue that caused their game to fail and resubmit. Now, this can be a time-consuming process, and it might require multiple submissions until all of the requirements are passed. Each platform has its own set of requirements that the game has to meet to be certified, and most of these requirements are kept secret by the non-disclosure agreement developers are required to sign to develop for that console. I can't tell you the specific requirements for any platform, but I can give you an idea of what kind of things you should expect to see in a platform's requirements. For example, you'll see some policies that are designed to reduce how much the game disc has to spin because the motor inside of the console will eventually wear out and break. You might see policies about naming conventions and terminology because the platform holder wants consistent terminology used about the platform's features across all of its games. There are also policies around handling different issues, such as what would happen if the game controller disconnects during gameplay. And at least one platform has policies in place to protect their customers by minimizing the risk of triggering a seizure. But this is something that all platforms should have, because seizures are potentially fatal. In 2018, 1,800 Americans died, with epilepsy being cited as the underlying cause of their death. This isn't just a statistic to me either. I had a friend pass away from a seizure from epilepsy. In response to Liana's article, some people have been sending her videos designed to trigger seizures. This is aggravated assault, and this is likely to lead to multiple arrests. I wanted to highlight this briefly to mention that there are weirdos out there on the internet that target people with epilepsy with these videos to try and harm or kill them. Check the links in the description for more information about that. However, I really wanted to focus on accessibility with this video, and as developers, we have a responsibility to our players to make their lives better. This also means we should be making sure that our games won't harm our players, and we shouldn't be releasing games that contain epilepsy triggers, and platform holders should be holding us accountable by making it part of their certification requirements. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more daily game industry updates, and I will see you all tomorrow.